Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? This is the Minnesota Vikings fan here with some information. A little e-pipe smokage. Vaping going on. Sorry, not smoking, vaping, but anyway. Well, I don't know. You guys better get swoop. You guys better get seriously ready for Cleveland. Talking 300 paid Soros minions that are possibly going to be there with open carry all set, ready to rock and roll. You're going to have these actors running around, most likely in Ku Klux Klan get-ups, in complete, total Hitler get-ups. Nazis. Acting Nazis. Yeah. Nice explosion going to happen there. Million people there, probably. You got Stone there. You got Alex Jones there. You got Trump there. You don't know who else going to show up. These. You got, like I was saying, you got all these guns in this area. There's going to be bad things happening. And they're going to try and make Trump look like a complete piece of garbage and that everything is his fault. And people got to understand the real story here, the real truth. There wasn't 8 Islamic terrorist attacks last month for no reason. There wasn't 4 different spots in the United States where cops were shot or killed in a 24-hour span. And I've analyzed all the video from Minnesota, from the Minnesota shooting that the cop killed him. And there's so many holes in that video that it's just unbelievable. There's so much bad acting in it, it's sickening. And they expect that we're going to believe this, which is just crazy that they would think that this lady here in Minnesota, she can't keep her story quite straight. Was it 3 shots? Was it 4 shots? Was it 5 shots? Was it this? Was it that? Ain't no way, and no way in heck that somebody would have their phone and be streaming live off Facebook. Ain't no way. The little girl was in on it. She's holding the phone for her the whole time. You can see what's going on. Most likely she wasn't even in a squad car. That's my determination anyway. Now, on July 1st, good old insane Obama decided to sign underneath the table an amendment that pretty much he signed the martial law thing. All he has to do is declare it, just so everyone knows. It's looking like he's just going to do, he's been doing everything under the table. There's no doubt in my mind that Obama is the worst president we've ever had in our entire history. And I don't think there'll ever be anybody any worse than that except for Hillary Clinton if she gets in. That's the only way, that's the only person who can top it. You got Loretta Lynch talking in front of the Senate and stuff. And 74 times she dodges questions. And it's so sickening to see that you got Kumi. Kumi's written on the payroll. You got Lynch. You got Obama. You got so many people. You got Soros, George Soros. And it just goes on. And them are some of the big heads that need to be taken down a notch. They all need to be put in prison. They need to be put away for life. They never need to see the daylight again. They need to. Them are the ones that need to go to the FEMA camps. They can go to these so-called fun camps that Hillary Clinton calls them and have fun. Go have fun there yourselves. I don't know about anybody else, but I'll take a pass on that. I ain't trying to go there. And it ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna go down the way they think it is. Stalin failed. Hitler failed. They will fail again. They will continue to fail, no matter how far along they get. Doesn't matter how far they get. They're gonna fail every time in the end. The ending's gonna be the same. They can sit and they can mess with the banks. They can mess with the ATM machines. They can mess with the EBT. You know, they pull you over and they got a machine that reads your credit cards, and they say they can take your money if they think it was earned illegally, and then they'll just strip you of all your money. They'll take your houses. They've already been taking houses. They've been taking land, and it doesn't stop. These people are so corrupt. You know, it says in the Second Amendment, talks about how if the government becomes corrupt, that we're allowed to bear arms, we're allowed to defend ourselves, we're allowed to do what we need to do to take them down, basically. But we need to be peaceful about it. See, so this is a very complicated thing to do here. It's very complicated. But I believe if you cut the 5 heads off the tops of the dragons here, Soros and the rest of these clowns, it's a start. You strip all the people out of the Senate. You gotta gut it all. You know, if all 50 states have to fucking separate and declare us not part of the United States anymore, and each state becomes its own country, that's fine. We don't need them. Why do we need the government that just steals our money, rips everybody off, does whatever they want, runs rules like they're the mafia? You know, Hillary Clinton steals $3 billion and lies and lies and lies and has Kumi and Lynch in her back pocket to protect her. It's just unbelievable, the corruption. Any normal person, like I said, would be in prison, federal prison for life, if they did what Lynch did, if they did what Kumi did, if they did what Clinton did, if they did what Obama did. And they would lock them up, throw away the key, and they would never ever get out again if that was us. And it's just an unbelievable thing. You know, and one thing I'm going to say, that Trump's vice president pick more than likely will be Newt Gingrich, or that colonel, which I can't think of his name off the top of my head. That colonel guy, he's a very well respected guy, even though he comes from a Democratic family. But that doesn't necessarily mean nothing bad. I believe if they go with the colonel, it is because they want to get the Democratic votes, because there's about 20% out there that's up in the air. Don't know if they'll go with Clinton, don't know if they'll go with Trump. And I believe that's the reason why, if Trump picks that colonel, that's going to be why. I think picking Newt Gingrich is not the greatest idea. It's very strange to me as to what's going on there. And you know, there was these rumors about Mark Cuban. Well, you might as well just kiss the election goodbye if Trump picks Mark Cuban, and that ain't gonna happen. I don't believe. He ain't gonna pick him. you know, and I don't know. You got this mass different hits going on Friday that they've been ordered to do. I believe it's the Black Lives Matter, which was funded by George Soros, and you know he's telling the blacks to kill the whites to kill the blacks, and every other nationality to kill the cops, all on the same day. It's like you can see where this is going. You can see the month of chaos, the second month of absolute chaos is still ripping, and it's like basically we've only seen the opening credits to what's going to happen in this bring it to life real movie, because a lot of what they do is a movie. A lot of it is just smoke and mirrors. It's this, it's that. It's unbelievable. You know, you got video of that cop that got shot in Dallas, and there's two different videos, and there's one video where the guy ain't even in it. It's easy to know what they did. They used a machine. They projected him. That's why they had to do it in the middle of the night. They projected him up onto the thing off a projector. They made him look like a real person that walked up and shot the cop. The cop acts. He falls over. The camera pans away because they don't want you to see the cop getting up and walking away. You know, and it's just that one is just a straight up movie. And I know what movie they use that from FX2. If you've ever seen either one of them movies, you know what I'm talking about. Watch the movie. Watch what they do in the movie. They're able to make it look like there's people inside of your house, and they're not really there. They're in a different place, and really, they're cops. Because what happens is they're looking for this guy and they're going to kill him, and they know it. So they send this guy in to set it up to make it look like he's in his house, and really he's not where he is, and really there's cops waiting for him, and you can see right through it what's going on here. That's exactly what they did in Dallas, and the same with the video in Minnesota. Like I said, if that was real, there's no way that she would have had her phone in the back of the squad car. Everybody knows that. If you've ever been in trouble, been arrested once in your life, you know that you're not going to have your cell phone in the back of your car unless you sneak it in. That's the only way it happens. And that's all I really got to say about them fake shootings. Other than the fact that I know the one in Orlando was completely rigged. A movie, actors. One of the actors is carrying somebody who's wounded. He's tried out for Dance Your Ass Off. I mean, come on. I mean, they find these B-rate movie actors that are garbage. When it comes down to the real thing, and when they need to really pull it off, that's when they break out the real actors. And they put them in makeup and stuff like that, and put the wax faces on them and stuff, and make them look like somebody that's totally different. And I know a lot of people don't believe that, but it is what it is. When they want the job to be pulled off and look real, then they break out the real money and they get the real actors. And that's how they pull it off. That's how they make it look so good, because they decide to spend a few more dollars instead on these B-rate actors. And it's just, it's upsetting to me that they've gotten this far. But they're not going to win. They're not going to finish the deal. It's going to blow up in their face. It's going to turn around. It's going to get better. So people got to understand that. It will get better. We the people, the honest, good-hearted people, will win in the end. And this will all be past us, and things will be different, and there'll be a better economy, the walls will be up, and all this stuff won't be happening. They'll get these corrupt people taken care of the right way. Justice will be served with these people, one way or another.